I'm getting a sign that telling me my internet is unstable. So if you guys are ready, let's start. Attorney Anderson, are you ready?
I am.
Attorney Adams,
Yes, Your Honor.
read the case.
Case today is in the interest of the St. Croix Chippewa Indians of Wisconsin versus K.Johnson. Case number 21-CB-200. Presiding today is the Honorable Judge Stephen Woolley. The appearances for the record, Your Honor, are tribal attorneys Andrew Adams III, Ashley Duffy, and Lorenzo Budino. And we have the defendant Karen Johnson with her attorney Bruce Anderson.
Good morning, everyone. We've had 5 days of trial, and today's the time I told you guys that I'll register my decision on the evidence that was presented to the court. The trial has presented excess of 300 exhibits. And we've had the testimony of Karen Johnson herself, plus the testimony of Rick Peterson and Michael Lowe. The defendant had the testimony of Karen Johnson also to support their claims. The court listened to what you guys had to say. And one thing that just jumps out at me that goes like this. I cannot think of any accounting practice that allows someone to file a voucher, approve the voucher, from the voucher, cut the check, then sign the check to approve the check. That's not, that's just something that should never, ever happen, ever. And I would go so far to say if a check was processed and there was a signature missing on that check, that should be, especially if it's the director of that department, that someone's in the process of perhaps committing a fraud or embezzling funds from the tribe, and that should never ever happen. I would ask the tribe to take steps that oversee that never happens again, so we don't run into these types of situations going down the road. Okay, to the counts brought before the court. There are a number of them. As the count 1, violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20, sub 1 sub B, overtime, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 2, application of funds overtime, court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 3, violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20 sub 1 sub B, personal expenses, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 4, misapplication of funds, personal expenses, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 5, Wisconsin violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20 sub 1B, sub 1 sub B, mileage and travel, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 6, misapplication of funds, mileage and travel, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 7, violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20 sub 1 sub B, children's sports activities, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 8, misapplication of funds, children's sports activities, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 9, violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20 sub 1 sub B, home repairs and upgrades, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 10, misapplication of funds, home repairs and upgrades, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 12, Wisconsin's violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20 sub 1 sub B, vehicle repair and maintenance, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 13, misapplication of funds, vehicle repairs and maintenance, court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 14, violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20 sub 1 sub B, Verizon wireless portion of this complaint. By agreement, the court finds the defendant guilty. By agreement of the parties, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 15, misapplication of funds regarding the Verizon wireless bills. By agreement with the parties, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count As to count 16, violation of Wisconsin statutes 943.20 sub 1 sub B, Robert Barker fraud. By agreement, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 17, misapplication of funds regarding the Robert Barker fraud. By agreement of the parties, the court finds the defendant guilty. As to count 18, a declaratory judgment as requested by the court, by the tribe, the court is going to grant that relief. As to count 10, misapplication of funds home, excuse me. As to count As to count 11, misapplication of funds home equity withdrawals. The court is going to find the defendant guilty, but we're going to deal with that a little bit different than the rest of this. Because I want to make sure I get my numbers right. Too many sheets of paper. They're looking. As for relief, the defendant has asked for an order that the defendant will repay back to the tribe the amount of $209,803.14 again. The court is going to order the defendant to repay to the tribe the amount of $175,000. In addition to that, the court is going to order the defendant to repay to the tribe all the money that she collected and the home equity that she garner from the home equity loans. I believe that's in more than $8,500. Further, the court is going to order that the defendant needs to pay back all of the debt to the court, to the tribe, before she can pay back the home equity loan. And she cannot get into any further home equity loans until she has repaid this entire home equity loan that she has. The court has made a finding that the defendant has misappropriated, embezzled, stole, misapplied, converted, or willfully permitted the misapplication of monies that belong to the tribe. As such, the court is going to order that the defendant will not be able to hold an elected office with the tribe, which will never be, not to be considered a qualified candidate. The court is going to order the defendant to pay the tribe's attorney's fees. The tribe will submit a copy of what their attorney's fees are for this particular case to the court and also to the defendant. The defendant will be given an opportunity to respond to these fees. If the tribe wants to, they can respond to the defendant's response. Once they have those responses, the court will then make a decision about what the attorney's fees are going to be. The court will draft this order. I'm going to let you know that it's going to take me 30 days from the day to do that. Basically, I'm just saying that for this purpose, it'll be done before that. I'm giving myself 30 days to write this order. So once the order is written and it's filed, that's when the time frame for the appeal is going to take place. So that if any party wants to appeal the case, the time for appeal will start ticking once I file the written order. All right. Anything I need to clarify?
I trust you. I'm assuming the written order will make everything clear.
Attorney Adams?
No, Your Honor, I don't. There's nothing that the tribe asked that you clarify this morning. So,
Okay. The only thing I need to add to this is that the defendant is ordered to pay court costs in the amount of $500.
I guess I do just have a quick question, Your Honor. Would you like the tribe to submit essentially a statement to the court of the legal fees, the attorney's fees that the tribe has incurred to bring this case with the court?
I believe that's what Judge Bowie said.
Yeah. When would you like that filed, Your Honor?
How long will it take you to do that?
Should have it to you by Tuesday of next week at the latest.
Okay, Attorney Anderson, how long will it take you to respond?
Probably a week from then. I've got other things. It's going to take me out of the office on the 8th and 10th. So I'd like that weekend to look it over.
Okay, so then you would get back to us, to the court. What data? I don't have a calendar. What data are we looking at? Attorney Anderson.
I don't have a calendar here either.
You're looking at a week's time. We're looking at June 14th.
I would ask for that.
Okay. Attorney Adams, do you want time to look at that and respond to that?
Yeah, I mean, I would like some time to reply, I guess, if I mean, I get, this is all assuming that the defendant is gonna object to, I guess, you know, the amounts or the detail or something like that. But yeah, I mean, if there is a response, I would like some time to reply.
What time do you want?
A few days is fine.
Maybe till June 21st,
Thank you.
right? Katie, what is June 23rd?
The 23rd,
Yeah,
it is a Thursday.
okay, the court will then make a decision on the court costs on June 23rd. Katie, what day is July 2nd on?
Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
We'll have a written order by June 29th. I'm thinking that's a Thursday.
29th is a Wednesday.
June 30th. Okay. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing else, Judge.
The court's adjourned. Please have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.